What are 5 mistakes personal trainers do? The 5 mistakes personal trainers do are things that I've done in the past. And here's some knowledge for you not to make the same mistake and make the money that I'm making now. First things first is following up. Guys, if you do not follow up with some failed calls, some failed leads, you are going to be running in a hamster wheel of always chasing new leads. And if you're chasing new leads, it gets exhausting. Sometimes if you spend money on ads, sometimes if you have a good system in play where you track all your calls, or you end up just having a notepad of just all these clients with their full names, their phone numbers, etc. Or even people that, and I've had this before, will fill out calls or even fill out pre-contracts before they actually pay for their training program, and then they don't. These are all leads. Maybe they'll ghost you, but after 3 months, maybe even after 3 weeks, you should reach out. Hey, Debbie, what's going on? We had a call about 3 weeks ago and you were interested in personal training. I was just wondering, how's that fitness journey going? Don't say I'm checking in, don't say I'm checking up. Those are 2 big no-nos. But the next mistake I see a lot of people do is not being present. We're skipping into the personal training session. When you're actually in a personal training session, a lot of clients will be like this. Yeah, give me 5 more. Yeah, give me 15 more. And then during their break, this is the worst. This is a pet peeve of mine. Rebecca just racked 300 pounds. Oh man, that was hard. You're like, all right, good, take a break. Like, guys, they are there to spend an hour with you, to help them with their questions, their diet, their training program, but most importantly, to establish a relationship so they could actually have a friend, so that the time could go by faster, because not everybody wants to brush their teeth for an hour straight. Nobody likes to brush their teeth. Okay, if I told you to brush your teeth for an hour straight every single morning, you'd be depressed. Okay, so the last thing they want to do, because they don't want to be at the gym, is be in silence. So you want to entertain them a little bit. So not being present is the second mistake a lot of personal trainers make. The third mistake is the lack of content. Lack of content, it could be anything. If you just even, and I learned this by being at a gym with other trainers, I hated the fact when like you're training clients and instead of checking their form, people would like record them doing exercises. But I didn't step back and look at it in the macro. Yes, there's certain moments where you don't want to record. Obviously, if you're teaching them how to do a sumo deadlift, or they're doing a one rep max of 315 pounds, you're not gonna be like, yo, hold on, hold it there. So for the gram, you wanna spot them, right? But if they are professionals in doing certain movements, or they're pretty efficient in doing certain exercises, why not just pull out your phone, record them doing an exercise, post it on your story, whether it's TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, whatever the hell, and then tag them. And then that will make them almost like be proud of themselves, number one, because you always want them to feel confident leaving, being happy leaving. But on top of that, because you gave them a lot of confidence and a lot of happiness and a lot of energy, they're going to reshare just as a thank you. They'll reshare, then all of a sudden, Patty from down the street, their mom, Rebecca, their dad, Bob, all of a sudden is looking at your work, looking at the progress that they've made, and then those are leads for you too. And then those will end up following your page. All of a sudden, look at that, you have a hot lead, all right? The fourth mistake is people not doing measurements. Guys, if you're an in-person trainer or even online coach, you wanna have some type of progress photos, okay? Or measurements where you're tracking progress. A lot of trainers I know will end up literally just have them come in, train them and be like, all right, I'll see you next week. And you're not tracking progress, and they're there for like 3 months. And then you wonder why these clients end up leaving you after 4 weeks or a week. You know, they're like, well, you know, he's great, but Like there's no numbers there. After 4 weeks, I, as a professional, would want to know whether, I'm making progress or not. Like this, not too long ago, I just spent $25,000 on a mentor. I'm expecting her to give me some progress, like progress updates. Hey, you're doing this wrong. Hey, you're doing this right. 3 weeks ago, you sounded dumb on a call. Now you look and sounds like a professional. Amazing, that's progress. You want feedback, constant feedback from these people. Numbers do matter. So sometimes writing things down and checking their measurements, there's the number on the scale, their circumference measurements, their body fat percentage, etc. That is extremely important to track progress, because if you do that every 4 weeks, you can notice whether they're doing well or they're doing bad. And last but not least are transformations. And this kind of goes hand in hand with the fourth point, but transformations, having a before and after photo. Even if you're not doing numbers or measurements, just having a before photo the first day that they start and then doing an after photo after 4 weeks is extremely underrated. Why? Maybe Sarah doesn't want to be posted on Instagram and they don't want the transformations posted. Okay, that's fine, but these photos will reassure them that they're actually seeing progress if they're doing everything correctly. So after 4 weeks, they see their post picture. They're like, oh, wow, I actually do see my tummy go down. And then all of a sudden, they end up posting it. Even if you're not even posting content, they're posting the content for you. They'll post it on their story and they're like, oh my God, thank you. Abarca.fitness is amazing. Brian Abarca is amazing. Booty Doctor is amazing. And that ends up giving you more leads, because all of a sudden you guys are sharing networks. She's putting you on with her network. So those are 5 mistakes personal trainers are doing in 2024. Fix them, apply this, and let me know if your income increases.